Hello and welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I am Karen Hashik and I love to make fun fold pop-up cards. I saw a box card on Pinterest and decided to try to make one of my own. It is a larger version that lays flat to mail in an A9 size envelope and then pops up into a box that stands for display. I put a piece on the back where I can sign the card before I send it away. Here are the supplies I used to make this card. I'm using my favorite Lil Inker stitched rectangle dies. They have all different shapes. I have circles and squares, and what I love about these the most of all the stitched dies that I've seen is that you get a stitching on the outside and the inside. So here on the front you can see that I have a stitch all around that open frame, but then on the back it also gives you the stitching on the inside piece that comes out. So those are my favorite stitched dies. I'm using an older Deer Trio die from Memory Box. I'm using a brand new set from Holtz and Sizzix that's called Winter Wonderland. It has those deers and then it has the openings for the snow. So I used that die for this card. I'm using a few other individual dies. This one, the Santa, is from Impression Obsession. The Merry Christmas present on the back is from Diversions. I'm using a Noel from the Holtz script Holiday Words. The snowbanks were created with Lawn Fawn stitched curved dies. I don't know who this die is from. If anybody recognizes it, let me know. I know I bought it at a stamp show, but I can't remember who it's from. But I used that, the trees for the background there. And I'm using my favorite fine tip bottle and glue from LineCo, some tape runner, and 1/8 inch Scor-Tape. To put this card together. I am using my Scor-Buddy, and I'm going to start with that. I have my favorite navy blue linen cardstock from the paper cut, and I've cut two pieces 8.5 by 4 1/4, and I'm scoring it at 1/4 and 3-inch lines. So I'm going to score it at the 1/4 and the 3-inch lines, and then I'm going to fold that, and then I would apply the Scor-Tape along there on both of those pieces. Now I've already done that to save a little time. So here's one piece and it has the Scor-Tape along there. And then this is the other piece with the Scor-Tape and those folds. And then I die cut the opening in the front of the card out with one of those Little Inker stitched rectangle dies. I'm going to put the two pieces together. I also trimmed just a little bit on that piece so that these lay together well. And I'm going to line these two up and put them together. Now I'm going to work on the back of the card. I die cut the snow twice out of the background of a navy blue piece of cardstock. Now the back of the card is going to be 5.5 by 4.25, so that would be like an A2 size. So I cut this just 1/8 of an inch less on all sides so that it fits in there nicely. And then I cut a white piece that was 5 3/8 by 3, and I'm going to tape it down on the back of that so you can see it looks like snow. If there's any sticking out, you can just trim it. I have the trees that I want to show in the back, and I'm going to trim up, I just attach a piece of white along the bottom so that that still kind of looks like snow. It's a little wider than what I need, so I'm going to trim off the edges. And then I'm going to attach the Noel in the sky with my fine line glue. And that is going to go on the back of the box scene. On the very back of the card, I already have my Merry Christmas from Diversions attached to my stitched rectangle, and I'm going to attach that on the back of the card. So I have a place to sign it and put a little message. I have die cut 2 snowbanks, and I made the back one a little bit taller than the front one. And I'm going to attach the deer. This is the memory box die, and there was a little one in between, but it didn't really show, so I just cut her off. And this set of deer is going to go behind this snowbank. And just to make sure, I'm just going to reinforce it with a little tape because that totally doesn't show. This little deer from Tim Holtz is going to be standing over on this snowbank. I put the 1/8 score tape along the edges of these two snowbanks. Now they were 6 inches long, and I scored them at 1/4. And then the height is totally up to you, but I wanted the second one to be taller than the first one, and so I just kind of judged this snowbank going a little higher than this one. So on this piece, this is going to be the front. So we are going to attach these along the bottom of this piece, and about, you can use your judgment, but about 1/3 of the way, and then another 1/3 of the way. So they're going to be along the bottom approximately 1/3 and then 1/3. I'm just going to eyeball it. I imagine you could measure it if you wanted to, but so we're going to attach this one here along the bottom with that good strong tape, and then this one about another 1/3. Now we're going to lay these flat along the bottom so they're straight, and then remove this tape. And then you're going to fold that flat along the bottom. And then they're going to stand up like that. And then you're going to remove this tape and attach that part of the box. Let's try that again, see if we can get it a little straighter. Maybe if I lay that flat too, I can get it lined up. And there we go. Our box is complete. More or less, I'm going to finish decorating a little bit and it will lay flat to mail. We have to have Santa coming though, and he's going to be attached along the top here, and I found the easiest way to do that was to use my micro glue dots. Just got this package, so I wasn't sure where I was going to start here. Alright, so we're going to attach Santa and the deer along the top. So Santa is coming to visit the night before Christmas, and then when you're ready to mail it, you just fold it flat and it will fit into an A9 size envelope, which is 5 3/4 by 8 3/4. Our Night Before Christmas box card is complete and ready to send to someone very special on your list. It will pop up and stand for display in their home. I hope you try this fun box card, which can be used for any scene and any holiday. Thanks for watching, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and thanks for helping me share the joy of creativity.